Desserts. Everybody loves desserts. Whether you're having it for Christmas or whether you're having it for friends and family or at an event, everybody loves it. Let me show you how to make this Tres Leches Cake for a fraction of the cost. Alright, a Tres Leches Cake means 3 milk in Spanish. It's really simple sponge cake soaked in 3 types of milk. Now, for the full recipe, head on to the article on FMT. It's really easy. Take your egg, crack it on a smooth hard surface, get the shell in half, just do a balancing act with the yolk. Simple as that. Now, we're going to make a meringue with this, so got to make sure you do not get any egg yolks into the egg whites. It's crucial. Now, using our lovely KitchenAid cake mixer sponsored by Visionary Solutions, we're going to put the whisk attachment onto it. The bowl is secured, and we're going to put in our egg whites, 5 egg whites. Lock it down, make sure it's secured, turn it up to high. Now, as the whites are halfway frothy, you want to put in your 45 grams of caster sugar gradually. Don't dump it all in, add it in gradually. You want all the granules to dissolve inside and make a nice stiff meringue. Now that your whites are all peaked and stiff, let's take it out. Right? Good way to test this, Put it over your head, it doesn't fall down. All right. Now we're going to transfer it to a mixing bowl. Right? Just bang off the balance of the whisk. In the same cake mixer, I did not clean it. I'm going to add the egg yolks. Now, just make sure you always do the whites first. Don't do the egg yolks first. So this, I got caster sugar. I'm going to add this in gradually as well till it's nice, frothy and white. About halfway through, you want to open up your cake mixer. You want to scrape down the sides just to get any sugars that are stuck to the bowl. And continue whisking. Now you can see the egg yolks have turned almost pale white. We're going to add in our milk and vanilla essence that we've combined earlier. And whip it again on a low speed. Now we have our flour, salt, and baking powder that we have combined earlier. We're going to gradually add this in. Now once again, about halfway through, you want to turn it off. And you want to scrape down the sides. Any flour residue that's hanging onto the top of the bowl. And just mix it back up again so it's all homogeneous. You can increase the speed slightly. All right, and it's done. We're going to transfer this out into a large mixing bowl. Clean that bowl up good. I'm going to add 1/3 of that egg whites, and you want to fold it in. You don't want to use a whisk. You don't want to use anything that's going to deflate the air out of the egg whites. It's a sponge cake, it's very airy, so you want to keep as much air in the mixture as possible. So as you can see, I'm just turning it around on itself. It's called folding. All right, and that's it. A little bit of streaks of egg whites here and there, doesn't really matter, as long as you don't overbeat this mixture. Still nice and airy and light. So I've got a casserole dish, heat-proof. I've buttered it a little bit, and I'm just going to pour this whole mixture into it. It's so easy, this cake. So the batter is all into the cake tray. You want to level it out a bit. And that's all she wrote. So our friends from Kitchen Plan have sponsored us a Eloma Combi Oven, the Yoker series. Going to take our Tres Leches batter, put it in. All right, as I mentioned, if you're using your house oven, you're going to go in at about 180 degrees Celsius. But this is the Eloma German-made combi oven. It's really high-powered, so we're reducing the temperature to 160. And we're going on a number 3 fan for this combi oven. So it's been 30 minutes in the oven. Let's take out our sponge cake. Be very careful because it's super hot. Now look at that, how much it's risen. Now it will deflate after it's cooled down. To check it when it's cooked, stick a toothpick in. Should come out clean. It's done. Leave it outside to cool down to room temperature, then wrap it with some cling wrap, poke some holes on it, put it in the chiller. Chill it for at least 2 hours or overnight for best results. Now for the Tres Leches cake, we're going to top it with lots of whipped cream. What I have here is some Tahitian vanilla, the good stuff. Whipping cream here. Use the dairy whipping cream. It's kind of hard. I don't have a microwave to heat it up a bit. I'm just going to go over the stove and lightly heat it up to soften it. So it's slightly heated up and softened. What you want to do is cut the ends off. Slide it down that middle carefully. You want to press down on that bean and you want to gently scrape off all those beans. That's the money right there. Pop it straight into your whipping cream. Now vanilla is so expensive, yeah, don't throw this away. Put it into your caster sugar, make your coffee with it, make your cakes with it, it'll flavor it really nicely. For the powdered sugar, of icing sugar, put it in now. With the whisk attachment, we are going to whip up our cream now. Turn it on gradually to a high. You want to whip your cream till it forms soft peaks. You don't want to over whip your cream. This is dairy whipping cream. If you over whip it, you're going to end up with a clump of butter and milk. It'll separate. Done. Just get a piping bag. I got a disposable one here. Fit it with a piping nozzle, star nozzle. Don't fill it up too much, otherwise you can't have control of the piping bag. Alright, so our sponge cake has been chilling in the chiller like a villain. It's nice and cold already. Now, Tres Leches means 3 milk. This is the 3 milks we're going to use. We've got evaporated milk, culinary cooking cream, and I've got condensed milk. We're going to combine all these elements together. Give it a whisk. Now, before we soak our sponge cake, in order to get the milk to seep into the cake evenly, we got to use some toothpicks and poke some holes on it. If you don't do this step, what will happen is, you see the crust is really hard, and you pour the milk over, the milk will go into the middle, and the crust will be like, unsoaked with milk, and it's just not that nice. Don't make this on the day of Christmas. Make it 1 or 2 days in advance. More holes, all right. Use a ladle. Now, like I said, the sides need more love and attention. So pour that milk onto the sides first. So you got to give it some time. Now it goes back into the chiller for at least an hour or 2 or overnight for best results. You will see the sponge will swell up and you won't see any more milk on top. As you can see, all that milk has seeped into that sponge cake. And now all we have to do is pipe the whipping cream onto it. Now I'm just going to do rosettes. Now you don't have to do this. You can just dump the whipped cream on here and just spread it with a spatula. It's easier, but yeah, I am this way. So bear with me on this. All right, so our cream has been chilling for a good 20 minutes. It's hardened up a bit. Now we're going to garnish it with some berries and fruits. Now it's up to you, whatever you want to use. I have strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries right here. So I've cut the strawberries in half, and you're just going to arrange it any way you like. Mint sprigs, and finally a bit of icing sugar for garnish. And there you have it, beautiful, delicious Tres Leches cake. Milky, creamy, and slightly sweet. Enjoy it with your friends and family this Christmas. I'm Chef Tim. Tune in to the next episode of Tim Cooks.